Hi guys, I have a super quick video for you today, but I think it's really important and I hope that it will be a little bit intriguing because it's one of those things that really gives you a unique perspective on how you get to eat under this umbrella of being a healthy eater, being a plant-based eater, or being a person who consumes mostly whole foods, mostly real foods. This is sort of how there is one diet that works for everyone, and at the same time, there isn't. So, this is what I want to explain to you in this video. Okay, so you might know that I'm super into human design and have been studying it for several years now. My human design type is a manifesting generator. So that's my type. And what you want to understand about human design and how you eat is that your energy type dictates the way that your system works in all ways in your life. And so that means that it includes the way that it works in relationship to food, in relationship to how your body receives food, how your body uses food, because food is energy and your energy. So the first thing that I do is that I eat as a Gen. And I won't go into all the details here because I have special videos for that for my clients in some of my courses. But one thing that is unique to manifesting generators is we sort of go all over the place. We have a lot of energy and we sort of dart around here, there, and everywhere, and we never stick to the same thing. So how I apply this to the way that I eat plant-based is I don't meal prep. I don't meal prep. I hate meal prepping, and I never, ever am going to meal prep. So it's not that I don't prep food, but I don't plan meals ahead, and I definitely do not put the same ingredients in containers, which should be glass, you guys, to repeatedly eat day after day after day, because that would be like torture to someone like me. Or if you're a Gen, probably to somebody like you, because we like variety and we like to change our mind and we like to try different things. And so one way that I embody eating as my human design energy type is that I let myself have a lot of freedom and I let myself change my mind and I don't put myself on a plan. I have never been the girl who was able to like follow a diet. Thank goodness I like learned for my own self, right? Probably why I do what I do. But we all have to make it our own, but particularly if you're a manifesting generator, you have to give yourself permission to change your mind and to have a lot of variety, to not eat the same things over and over or even day after day, unless you want to. And the thing is, you aren't going to know if you want to until the next day or until the next time to eat, right? Because we follow our sacral and we follow our gut response to say yes or no. Do I want to eat this? Yes. Do I want to eat that? No. And so that's one way that I eat as a manifesting generator, and I still consider myself to be plant-based, okay? So I'm not like going off the deep end and eating like fast food one day and then healthy the next. No, I always eat healthy because I crave healthy food and I believe in healthy food. And this is going to bring me to another point here in a second. But within that idea of eating lots of plants, mostly plants, whole foods, I give myself permission to just play with it and have fun because that's what manifesting generators do. And so whatever your design type is, you're going to have nuances like that that are going to make so much more sense to you and how you do food. And for example, like someone who's a projector, you might like a lot of variety and you might not. But this is something that's definitely unique to a manifesting generator, along with this idea that we can't limit our intake because we use a lot of energy and we expend a lot of energy, and therefore we need to take in a lot of energy, of course, in good form. So don't feel bad if you eat a lot as a Gen because your appetite could sometimes seem ravenous. And I think, well, at least what I have found personally is when I'm really engaged in something that I love to do, like working on my business or cooking or doing YouTube videos, then My body, my system, my aura is requiring more of me. And so after I'm done playing with that, then I might have a bigger appetite. So you might notice that, you might not, but that's something that I have noticed for myself. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I eat light to heavy, but I have a caveat to this one. So I recommend eating light to heavy for most people, except honestly for everybody except this one unique digestive profile. And I'll explain why. So we all need to work with our gut. We all need to work with our digestive system. So it's not just your stomach, it's not just your gut, but that's what I meant by that. So when you understand that digestion is everything, you want to eat in a way that sort of lets the body rev up, its energy day after day, and especially utilizing the fasting overnight. So that means when you wake up, if you understand that your body has been fasted and that has created a lot of space, the digestive energy is higher than it was when you went to sleep, unless you like ate a bunch of like crap the night before, right? But it still like has had time and space to cleanse and get debris gathered and try to accumulate toxins so that it can dump them through your elimination channels if you follow protocol. So that means like in the morning when you wake up, the best thing to do is start to eat light, meaning light, fast, easy to digest food. So I have a video about this, why I eat fruit first in the morning. You can check it out. That goes into detail more about the light to heavy things. But progressively, then you just want to consume more food or denser food or harder to digest foods throughout the day. Not that anything should be hard to digest. And that will help your system to, again, just sort of like use that time and space when it doesn't have to use energy to break food down. It can use it to cleanse, which is really what we want our bodies to be doing all the time, to gathering crap and eliminating it and then being able to take in the good that we eat and drink and consume. So my unique profile includes being an evening eater, and not everybody has this, okay? So you're going to have your design type, and then you're also going to have two unique digestive profiles that are going to explain more about your senses and what is your strongest sense and the way and the environment that you best consume or digest food. Because again, if digestion is everything, which it is, you want to maximize it by knowing yourself and knowing the way that you are designed and knowing the way that you are built. So for me, I always was a person who was so hungry at night. Like, even if I had a regular good-sized dinner, I would want to eat snacks later. And I would feel so bad because, like, almost everybody out there says, like, don't eat right before bed or it's going to sit in your stomach and prevent health and weight loss and all these things. But I would just be so hungry that I would eat. And sometimes I could force myself not to eat, but it'd be very, very hard for me to not eat after dinner. And when I realized that this is the way I was made, and that's because my digestive system is turned on the highest in the evening when the sun is going down, that's just something unique to me. So in that way, I notice that when I'm eating well, when I'm eating the way that I eat now, and combining foods and etc., that I really am not very hungry until about this time of day. It's sort of like dusk. It's starting to get, it's about almost 5 o'clock here. So about this time of day, 5, 6, I start to get like really hungrier. And that's fine, but it allows me permission without guilt and mind chatter to just be myself and to eat when I'm hungry. And it's really interesting how we just don't trust our hunger signals a lot of times when they're everything. And yours will be telling you when you're hungry, and we get to trust that. And it may look completely different to what I do or like somebody else you know, right? So I do recommend eating light to heavy for most people, unless you know for sure that you have one of the unique profiles that says that you are a daytime digestive eater, or it's called daytime digestion or something like that. I have had several clients with this, and it means that you want to consume most of your calories in the middle of the day when the sun is the brightest, when you can see food the most clearly, because vision is your strongest sense. And for me, mine is inner vision. And so like not having the stark light is the best for me, whereas I have clients who the brightness of the light is best for them, and that's how they best digest food. So that would be the only type of human that I would recommend to have lunch be your biggest meal. Or not necessarily biggest, but if you were going to eat more or eat differently or not eat exactly the healthiest of foods, you would want to do it always when your digestive system is most primed. And that would be true of you, you're a daylight eater. But for everyone else, it would be best to reserve your like junk food or indulgences later in the day. Not that you should do it if you don't want to, but just because you've given your body and digestive system the time and the space throughout the day to like keep going, keep cleansing and whatnot. Okay, so it's like the longer you put it off, the harder to break down things, the better, right? And again, if you're not an evening digestive person, you still don't want to like cram a bunch of food down your mouth and your system right before bed, because that's not going to be optimal for you. You just want to like be real about it. Like don't be too extreme one way or the other. But I just wanted to share that because you might feel like you're super hungry at night, or you just always like eating at night, and maybe you have this part as part of your profile, or also this is huge because I have had so many clients that do this. You just don't eat enough. You don't eat enough in the day, and then at 3 o'clock you're like, I'm starving and I'm eating peanut butter with a spoon, you know? So that's something too. Okay. So light to heavy, you want to eat for your digestive energy type, and you have to know that plant-based is the answer for all of the human design types. So sorry, not sorry. There's nobody out there that's going to thrive on Cheetos and cheese and why am I picking on cheese? I just always do. Junk food, right? Like you are made to fuel your cells with alive nutrients and enzymes and energy, because you have to remember that we're made of trillions of cells, but every single cell has a consciousness of its own. And so think about what you are feeding yourself and what you are creating from that intake, because it's literally creating the energy that you are built from. And if you knew for sure that you were part source energy, which you are, wouldn't you want to eat in a way that would allow your natural energy, your natural state of health in each individual cell? So you could just imagine eating for one cell, and understanding that you're going to expand and allow your body to distribute that food healthily when you eat plant-based, when you understand digestion, and you really want to pour in to yourself that which is real, that which you want to create. So think about fresh fruits and vegetables, leafy greens, herbs, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and etc. that are pure, that are made from plants, that are grown on the earth. Those things are real, those things are alive, those things have intention, those things have their own properties, their own nuances, their own messages to bring to you, to bring to me, to bring to us. And when we consume food in that light, then we can only feel better and better, because we're not poisoning ourselves with matter or substances or toxins that are never good enough or meant to be affecting us at the cellular level. So it's really about taking care of each and every one of your cells, really honoring what you are, who you are, and what you're made of. And so we're all one, we're all from the same source, and that source is love. And so that source is not toxic food with chemicals, food dyes, poisons, etc. So treat yourself the way that you want your cells to receive the love that they are, okay? I hope that made sense. So when you're thinking about plant-based as an overall diet, I want you to know and remember that yes, there is this general way of eating that people call plant-based, but within it, you get to define how you eat, when you eat, and your preferences, and really make it your own so that you like it, so that you love it, and so that it never feels like a chore or a burden. In fact, when you understand how this all fits together and works, you're really going to fall in love with how you get to eat and never think that it's the way that you have to eat, okay? So I hope this video helped you guys. If you know your human design type, drop it below. I'd love to know if you're interested in learning more about it, or if you're interested in learning more about how to eat plant-based in general. My 6-week course called Fueled and Focused is starting the first week of February. The details will be below the video, and yeah, it's everything, right? It's the undiet. It's the last thing you'll need to learn and know to be fully free, to be able to eat, understand health, understand wellness, understand weight loss, and really let your body get rid of inflammation, crap, and anything that has been stored up or pent up inside that doesn't belong there, that we need to release so that you can shine and that you can be free and really feel your best in this body that you are here to live your best life. So like the video if you liked it, hit the bell icon to get more notifications, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.